I love when people respect, because it's hard to find people that care about music for real. Like people, I love music. You like music. You don't love music.
Hi, welcome to the guest list with Patrick Hicks. Today I'm joined by content creator, hip hop expert, author, Source. Source, thanks so much for joining me today.
No doubt, Patrick. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you. So, today we're going to be building a playlist of your life. I've been following your content on TikTok forever, but I don't know that much about you. So, this is going to be really cool to get to know you. One thing I'm pretty sure is that you're also a Lakers fan. Is that right?
Very nice. Yes.
Right, right. All right, I wear my Lakers championship shirt just for you.
Love that.
Did you grow up in LA?
Oh no, not even close, man. I have
So
no
what happened
business.
there?
I have no business being a Lakers fan. I grew up across the country in Virginia,
Okay.
and how did I even become a Lakers fan? I don't know. As a kid, I just kind of fell into the Lakers. It was the Celtics Lakers rivalry. I think
Yeah.
I just picked a team between those two, and it kind of stuck.
Yeah, I mean, I guess who would most people in Virginia go to? Like Washington?
The Washington Bullets,
The Bullets? Yeah.
which were
Now the Wizards?
eventually the Wizards, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I
You used
guess
to have
Charlotte came around
okay.
eventually.
You used to have the Virginia Squires back in the day.
Yeah.
Probably before both of our time though.
Yeah, it might be before my time, or maybe I was small. But shout out
Yeah.
to Dr. J though.
Well, I'm glad you picked the Lakers and not the Celtics. It's a good choice.
Definitely, definitely.
All right, so tell me a little bit about growing up in Virginia. Do you have a song that reminds you of your childhood in Virginia?
It's odd. It's not odd actually. It's probably a lot of people's story. Musically, I think that because my family was church
Hmm.
oriented, my mom specifically, um, we didn't have a lot of secular music in the house when I was small. And the one song that came, like I was fighting with this question. I was fighting with this, but eventually I came to Up Where We Belong by BB and CC Winans. And because my mom used to watch, I mentioned church. My mom
Yeah.
used to love the PTL Club. You know PTL?
No.
Oh my gosh. PTL was a channel. It was Jim Baker and Tammy Faye Baker. You never heard of Tammy Faye
I know
Baker?
Tammy Faye. I know,
Okay.
the memes, the crying makeup memes, but I didn't know
Yes.
the channel.
Yeah, it was it was it was church all the
Yeah.
time and singing, and BB and CC kind of grew up in that, or ended up going to be part of that family. And yeah, that was like 1984, I think, when that song came out, something like that.
So when did you first discover hip hop?
Discover was probably early 80s, early to mid 80s, but actually like get involved with deeply and care was probably closer to 87, probably 87.
Okay. Was there a particular song or like an album or group that got you hooked?
What I say made me fall in love with hip hop was actually in 88, and that was um My Philosophy
Hmm.
by Boogie Down
Yeah.
Productions.
Paris one.
KRS-One's still one of my favorite MCs of all time, still top five in my category.
Did you know you wanted to be a producer? Did you want to be a rapper? Like what was your thing?
Actually, I rapped. I didn't produce. And that didn't even come until later. I don't know. I never thought of myself as being a rapper, to be honest,
No.
until I was probably 22-ish before I ever, like, I might have written a rap at some point in time,
Hmm.
jokingly, definitely played drums on the lunchroom table, like everybody. Um,
Yeah.
but right, like rapping for real, I was like, yeah, I think it was like I was like 22,
Wow.
and it only happened because one of my coworkers had already been rapping. He was already a rapper, and he had a group. He was like, "Yeah, you come to this, come to the house, come to the studio." So we went to his mom's house and got hooked.
All right, what is a song from a live concert experience that stands out to you?
Oh, so many, so many. Sometimes I forget how many people I've seen live because I don't think about it until somebody says something about a live show or
Yeah.
says this person, gonna perform wherever. Then I'm like, oh yeah, I did see them, but I'm gonna go with Talib Kweli, who I saw last year.
Oh, wow.
It was Juneteenth weekend, and there was a show. It was him and a band. It was a keyboard player, a drummer, maybe a guitar player, and Brady White. I don't know
Hmm.
if you know Brady White, but Brady White is he's a bass player. Like if you've ever seen videos, white guy, kind of short, playing the bass and people rapping beside him, like he's playing the bass with a rapper, Scarface and Brady White. He does a whole thing
Hmm.
called Bass and Bars, but he had Brady White with him, and it kind of elevated the experience. But it was dope. It was dope. It was a good night.
Any particular song?
Goodbye. Sorry,
Yeah,
I thought I
bye.
said that. Goodbye.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Is that Kanye did the beat on that? The
Hmm.
original? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's such a great song.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. The remix is good too. I like the original just because it's all quality and
Yeah.
and the choir, the singers. So
All right, what's a song you associate with a specific activity? Do you have like a driving song, I don't know, grilling song? You're a dad, I figure
a
y'all
grilling
got
a
a
grilling
grilling
song.
song.
I have I have an artist that I associate with um traveling,
Okay.
and I mean I love the artist. I talk about the artist all the time. So it's Anita Baker. I love Anita Baker. And anytime we're on a road trip, we just wrapped up travel for my youngest daughter. She just graduated in May. So
Oh.
all that travel is done. Thank you, God. But Caught Up in the Rapture is the song that I chose because I feel like every time I drive, I'll be driving for 4 hours, we'll switch, but I would put on some Anita Baker. At some point in time, I'm playing Anita Baker, and I'm just either playing the Rapture album or just Anita Baker on shuffle on Apple.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love Anita Baker.
You're traveling like to scout colleges for your daughter or
No, no, she well, traveling to see her at college. She just graduated from
oh, she graduated
college.
from college. Oh, gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah. So it was traveling to and from to get her to visit, to drop her off. My parents' weekend. She ran track, so track meets, and she went to school in New York. And we're in Virginia. She went to school in New York, so
Oh.
it was a lot of up and down the road, man. A lot.
Yeah. So your youngest just graduated college?
Yep.
That's crazy. How many kids do you have?
Two.
Just two? Okay.
Yeah, just two. Look, we did what we could handle, you know, well. I think we did. I think not to pat myself on the back too much, but people love to say y'all did a great job just because our kids are like they're just great people, they're great people
Yeah.
and they are much more looking to be much more successful in their lives than us, much more impactful, I think.
Man,
So that's all
that's
you can
what you
hope for.
want. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly.
Are they as into music as you?
Yeah, they love music. They are music
Yeah.
junkies. My oldest, like people people tell me or see me. I've actually heard this from people that I don't know, like talking, and then they're like, music will play. It'll be random music. I'm singing the words, whatever it is. And I've actually heard somebody turn to their friend and say, that guy has sung every song that's come on, every genre, every song that's come on this whole time we've been right here. I was
Yeah.
like, Yeah, that it's true. It's true. And my oldest daughter is the same way. She knows songs. She knows old songs, new songs, borrowed songs, blue songs. My youngest is more specific about what she likes. Um, but she likes everything from Lauryn Hill to Drake, you know.
Yeah. All right. You did a good job. You did a good job. College and great music taste. That's my dream for my kids too.
Yes, yeah. I actually rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Oh my God, I know.
As you know, that was very sad. And today, Ozzy Osbourne, on top of that.
Yeah.
But I always had the idea of, I don't know if I had this idea as for my children, but just success, and especially in a black household, watching the Cosby Show, regardless of how you feel about Bill Cosby and all that,
No,
watching the
yeah.
Cosby Show was watching black excellence and watching a family of black people together, succeeding, educated. Money is not the issue, a lot of that. And my oldest got her doctorate last year,
Oh wow.
and my youngest starts law school next month. So
Oh,
I'm like, it's the Cosby
yeah,
Show.
you
It's
did
the
it.
Cosby.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. No, that show was, I mean, huge in my household. I remember so distinctly where I was with my parents watching the last episode of
Mm,
The Cosby Show. It was like such a monumental thing, a sad legacy. But Malcolm Jamal Warner, and it's such a tragedy.
yeah. And he was so I mean, so talented, I don't want to sound
Yeah,
cliche, but he was like acting, poetry, he had a band, he hosted shows, like he did a lot of things, and I love
yeah.
that.
On that note, what is a song that gets you emotional?
Hmm. All of them. Nobody in this household will tell you that I cry because they never see it. But I'm like, man, shoot, it doesn't even take a song. TV shows take me down. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with look. I wrote down my answers because I wanted to make sure I didn't, you know, go off
Yeah,
script.
yeah.
I'm going with optimistic sounds of blackness. Um, I think that's a great song. Every time I hear it, I feel uplifted. Every time I hear it, I feel uplifted. It's it's not a black national anthem, but it could be. It really could be. It could be a national anthem for the spirit, for real.
What about what's a song you associate with a milestone in your life?
Hmm. I struggled with this one because I was like, what milestones have I had in my life? I don't even know what milestones I've had. But then it hit me. Oh yeah, you did. You do have a wife, so there's that.
It's a big
So
one. Yeah.
our first dance, after the wedding, at the reception, was to nothing. Nothing has ever felt like this. Rochelle Farrell and Will Downing.
I don't know that song. How did you pick that
Really?
one? No, I don't think
Oh
so. Maybe
man,
if I heard it. Yeah.
I love that song. I love that song. Um, it's just a great song. It
Yeah.
speaks to the relationship, and I guess we both loved the song. We had so many songs. There was so many songs during
Hmm.
the wedding, but
Yeah.
that was a special one because it was our, first dance song.
Yeah. I do love how much you seem to respect and uplift your wife. I know you always have like a shirt like black women are the best. Or that's not the exact slogan, but that's
Yeah,
the
close
the
enough.
message. I love that. How did you guys meet?
Oddly enough, we met at a club,
Okay.
but she was with one of my coworkers,
Oh.
and sorry, and um, it was. I wrote a song about it. Actually, I did a song about it. Well, I did a verse about it in a song. It was New Year's Eve night. I was by myself at home. It was like 8, 9 o'clock. I was like, I am not going to stay in this house. I called everybody. I was like, hey, what you no, are you going out? Hey, y'all go? No, I'm staying at home with my girl. I was like, oh man, am I gonna stay at home? No, I'm not. And normally I don't think that I would be pushing myself to go out, I'd be like, I'll just stay home. But I pushed myself. I was like, I'm going, even though I'm by myself. I don't mind being by myself really, but I said I'm going. Went to the club, walk in, see my friend, her friend, my coworker, see my wife to be, and I see her looking closely at me. But you got to play it cool. So I
Yeah.
go on about my business. Eventually, later in the night, she grabs my hand, pulls me to the dance floor. We dance. Uh, we don't talk for probably a month and a half almost. And then her friend finally gives me her phone number. I think she may have been, you know, in
Hmm.
a situation at the time.
Hmm. Hmm.
But her friend gives me her phone number. We talk and been locked in ever since.
How long you guys been married now?
Oh, what year is it? 2025? It's been 25 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man.
Congrats. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. What is a song with some of your favorite lyrics? I feel like you have like an encyclopedic knowledge of lyrics. I see you quoting lyrics like at the drop of a hat all the time.
Yeah, I love lyrics. I love words. Um, I went with a song. I tried to go in so many different directions, but this particular song was going to be the answer to something. It could have been the answer
Hmm.
for the first question.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, the concert question, because I remember an experience with that. But I'm going with, and I hope you give me like 30 seconds to
Do
say
it.
it. All
Yeah.
right, so it's Act Two, Love of My Life, The Roots featuring Common. The first verse is the anticipation arose as time froze. I stared off the stage with my eyes closed and dove into the deep cosmos. The impact pushed back the first 5 rows. But before the raw live shows, I remember I was a little snot nose, rocking Gazelle goggles and as I closed, playing the role, or excuse me, learning the role of ghetto survival. Peeping out the situation, I had to slide through. Had to watch my back, my front, plus my sides too. When it came to getting mine, I ain't trying to argue. Sometimes I wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for you. Hip hop, you the love of my life, and that's true. And I'll stop right there. That's enough.
But you could keep going.
Yeah. I could keep going, but
That's amazing. Yeah. Why those lyrics in particular?
that song speaks to loving hip hop specifically, and it tells the story of Black Thought's um, coming to love hip hop, and it's very specific. It's very like, well, very specific, and I think that it's an honest story. Black Thought is a superior lyricist, and he tells the story clearly, like anybody can understand the words. And there are similes and metaphors and all that in there, but the story is clear whether you get similes and metaphors or not. And Black Thought is one of my favorite lyricists, so I figured that would be a great song. It's a great song. I play that song at any point in time of any day, and it's just a great song.
I mean, I think Black Thought is one of the most underrated lyricists. He's so good.
And I think for some reason people, well, I think the reason that he was overlooked for so long is because the Roots are an anomaly, being a band,
Right.
a hip hop band. And just that itself, you're already not focused on Black Thought as an individual. You're thinking of the Roots as a group. But
Right.
then when you get to the point of paying attention to Black Thought, the lyricist, then he later comes out with solo work or he has guest appearances. Then he says, if I'm not in your top five, uh, I can't remember the bar, but basically, if I'm not in your top five, your list is not credible.
Yeah.
So I think that moment between that and then he did a freestyle with Funkmaster Flex that went crazy. He went for like 8 minutes and 45 seconds straight freestyle. And
Insane.
I think people were like, "Oh, Black Thought!" And suddenly everybody was like, "Oh yeah, Black Thought. Yeah, he's one of those." But he is. He's
Yeah.
been.
I feel like one of the things I really like about your stuff is you tend to think in terms of like top fives and like the ranking of like best lyricists and stuff, which is like how I like to think about music too.
Hmm.
Do you have could you name a top five? I know you said earlier KRS-One would be in your top five.
My personal top five.
Yeah.
My personal top five, like for me, is these five. I always say Jay-Z is first. I always say Jay-Z is first. That's arguable. It's arguable, but I say Jay-Z is number
This is your
one
personal.
for
Yeah.
me. Yeah, yeah. But it's even arguable within
With
myself.
yourself.
Jay-Z, Black Thought, Andre 3000, and I think even though I'm not stuck to the idea of Andre 3000 doesn't have a lot of solo work, blah blah blah. I think he's an anomaly. I don't hate to use anomaly again, but he's an anomaly, and he's different. So I can say that about him, even though he doesn't have those other things. Those other people need those other things to be where they are. He does not, in my opinion. So Jay-Z, Black Thought, Andre 3000, KRS-One, and Pharaoh Monch, who is from Organized Confusion.
Yeah.
I love Pharaoh Monch. I really, yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. But yeah, and I've seen all of them. I've never seen Jay. Actually, you know what? I haven't seen all of them. I've seen Black Thought 6 times. Boy, the Roots 6 times. I've seen Pharaoh Monch with Organized Confusion and KRS-One. I've seen KRS-One as well. And I guess I won't see Andre 3000 unless it's playing a flute.
Yeah, he played in Chicago last year, and I had a friend that had an extra ticket and asked if I wanted to go. And I was like, you know what? I don't think I could watch him play the flute. I would just
It's gonna hurt your soul.
like, not that the album is bad, but it's just like the whole time I would be like, come on, man, this is like Jordan playing baseball. Like, I don't want to see you playing the flute. Sorry.
That's
But
a good analogy. That is good. That is
yeah,
good. I've never even thought about that. It's just
I, I'm happy for him. Like, do the stuff you want to do. You're an artist, but come back to rapping. Come on.
we need that. And now I hear a lot of people saying, even though I mean, I've said this numerous times, but Andre says that he, what do people want to hear me rap about? Having a colonoscopy, saying because of his age.
Yeah.
But with the work that's been coming out in the last year and a half, he can't. I called it an excuse already. I was like, that is not the real reason. That is not true. He doesn't even, it's not even like he raps about just current stuff or
Right. His life.
surface stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can rap about anything, literally anything, and somebody's gonna be interested because it's him rapping. So
I mean, Jay-Z's 444 is like an old man rap album. It's one of the best albums I've ever heard. So yeah, I
yeah,
agree with you. It's an excuse.
yes indeed.
Um, given that Jay-Z is your GOAT, what's your favorite Jay-Z song?
I don't know if I have a favorite song, but the song that made me pay attention to Jay-Z was "Do It Again." We gonna do it again. And I don't even know why, because that's like a party song.
Hmm.
And Reasonable Doubt, I was more like, you know, backpacker underground mindset. I was like, I don't want to hear that. And you hear the songs, you'd be like, okay, yeah, it's cool, but whatever. Another album, okay, it's cool. Got a couple joints, cool. But when Do It Again, I remember that video. I remember where I lived. I was like, yo, it's something about this song that's got me like hooked.
Yeah.
Every time I see the video, and then I started paying attention, and Blueprint came out a little bit after that, and it's been all Jay-Z from there.
For me, I liked Jay-Z, but when he did that MTV Unplugged with the Roots,
Oh,
speaking of the Roots, he did the MTV Unplugged. I just thought like this guy's a
yeah,
genius. This is
Worst
so
View.
great. And yeah, he's got so many great albums. I love you did a series once of like, is this rapper the GOAT? And you gave all the reasons why they could be. And but it wasn't just Jay-Z. It was like, is Nas the GOAT? Like, here's all the arguments why he could be the GOAT. Like, I really love that series because
Thank you.
I
That was
kept thinking,
fun,
like, you know what? Maybe Nas is the GOAT. Like, you made compelling arguments for like a bunch of different rappers. It was good shit.
especially when you're looking at it when you're not looking at you're not looking at numbers. I don't care about numbers.
No, yeah.
Uh, but when you're looking at the bodies of work, the number of classics, um, and their time frame of rapping, like how long they've been in the game. You know, I named, I think it was like 12 people.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But there was only one that I personally would not make an argument for, but I can understand why other people would. And
Hmm.
that was Lil Wayne. I wouldn't call Lil Wayne the GOAT, but if somebody's gonna say Lil Wayne influenced a whole generation of people,
Yeah.
they dress like him, they're tatted like him, they were sipping like him, you know, he had a whole generation that he kind of
Yeah.
bothered to an extent, you know.
Sure.
So I can understand the argument. I would never argue it myself, but I can understand it.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, that's what makes you, I think, a good music critic. Or what do you consider yourself? Do you consider yourself like a music critic or just a music like content creator?
Uh I, I don't know, man.
You never
I
put a
don't
label
really
on it?
know the definition of aficionado, but it
Hmm.
feels good, you know. Hip hop music aficionado
Okay.
sounds
All
good
right.
in my ear, but it sounds
Yeah.
a little too technical maybe for me. Um, I love the music. I love creating the content. I love creating the conversation around the music, and yeah, and I love when people respect, because it's hard to find people that care about music for real. Like people, I love music. You like music. You don't love music. Like you like what you like, and that's cool. You
Right.
know, everybody's not gonna like everything, but some people say they love it and they don't. And then if you're more specific about it, because I'm sure you go through the same thing when you're specific about stuff, or people want to get technical and talk about, well, this happened in 1986, and no, actually it was 1988, and then you're doing too much. You're doing too much because you're correcting them, and they thought they were going deeper, you know, in the
Yeah.
music game than you, and you know what it is. I know
Oh, yeah.
you have the same thing.
All right, moving on with the playlist. What is a song that you think expanded your musical horizons?
This was a tough one because the things that I like and listen to, I don't think the general genres have changed.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't know that I know a lot of 90s, like mid to late 90s kind of, I guess rock. I guess it would be considered rock. I don't know what this is considered.
Can't
But
wait to hear this.
my song that I'm picking is actually like I remember on Facebook having this song as like I think it was a point on Facebook where you could put a song as the song, something to do with your life.
Yeah,
The Verve Bittersweet Symphony. I love that song. That song is there's no reason to love that song if you're in
classic.
a
Yeah,
sane state of mind. That song is, you know, but I love that song. I love that song. I love it. I don't even
classic.
know if I know the words for real. I'm not sure I know the right words, but I love the way it feels.
Do you know the story of how they got sued for unauthorized sampling on that song?
I do not. Did you tell this
So
story, or this is when you've
I
just
did, and people didn't really watch it, but
wow.
it's such a fascinating story. So the guy from his name is Richard Ashcroft, is the guy, the lead singer of that band, and he was just kind of messing around, and he took a sample of an orchestral version of a Rolling Stones song, and he built
Mm,
Bittersweet Symphony around this sample, and uh, and I think it was something weird, like they cleared, I think they cleared the performance rights of it. They cleared the orchestra, but they did
mhm,
not clear the underlying copyright holder, which was the Rolling Stones, because they wrote the song that was being played by the orchestra, and they didn't clear it. And it was this notorious asshole lawyer named Alan Klein who owned their publishing
mm.
and was in charge. And when they came to him to clear it, he was like, "No way." But the song was already like blowing up. It was going to be a hit. So he was like, "I'll clear it, but the Rolling Stones are getting 100% of the publishing."
100%. I knew you were gonna say 100%.
Yep.
Sheesh.
So for the whole heyday of that song, the they did not make any money. That all 100% of the publishing went to the Rolling Stones, who they themselves they had to give a lot of the money to this guy, Alan Klein. But eventually, when he passed, uh, the rights I think passed to like his kids, and then they worked out a deal, and the rights reverted. They gave it back to Richard Ashcroft. But for
I
the
hate that
time the song was a
story.
hit, yeah, he lost all the publishing. You got to clear your samples, man.
Yeah, and I get that, and I understand, you're using something from someone else's work, but an orchestral version of a song, and that's
I
hey.
mean, that's the thing that's so dumb about copyright law because the Rolling Stones had nothing to do with the playing of the song that was sampled. It's, some anonymous violin player who got
Right.
nothing. Uh, It's
They were like, anonymous, no, no, no. It's us. It's
yeah.
us.
But that's a great pick. I mean, that's a great song.
Yeah, I like that song a lot.
All right, what is a song that you love that you introduced somebody else to?
Hmm. What is a song that I love that I introduced somebody else to?
Maybe
Okay.
put on a mixtape or, play it for somebody.
So there was a song, there is a song, was a song. Guess music's never really in the past tense because it's always there. But
Right.
there's a song called For All We Know by Donny Hathaway.
Oh yeah.
And I remember putting that on a mixtape. I was too young to be putting Donny Hathaway on a mixtape, but I did. I remember it. I remember it well. But yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful song.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, oddly enough, one of my good friends growing up, which I didn't believe him at the time, he used to say that Layla Hathaway was his cousin.
Oh,
I was like, oh, okay. And, thought nothing of it. But within the last 7, 8 years, I've watched that friend's sister interact with Layla Hathaway on a regular basis.
oh, but he
They're
was
really
telling the truth.
related. It was true. It was true.
All right, what about what's a song that somebody else introduced to you that you love?
Uh, well, shout out to my man, my old when I was rapping. My producer's name was Docs One at the time. His name's Todd. Todd introduced me to Blue in Exile. Is the group name. It's a MC and a producer. They had an album called Below the Heavens that came out in like 2007. For whatever reason, they're from LA. For whatever reason, they were not on my radar. And then he was like, yo, you should just trust me. Listen to this. I trust him. I listened to it. And it's one of my favorite albums. Below the Heavens is one of my favorite albums. I chose No Greater Love from that album. It could have been one of probably 7 different songs.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'll go with No Greater Love by Blue in Exile.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know that. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, the whole album, you you wouldn't think that Blue was between like 21 and 23 writing what he was writing because it was pretty, mature uh
Yeah,
thought process lyrically.
I gotta check that out. Did they have more albums or was
Yeah,
that the only
they had actually they just dropped the album last year. I
one?
can't
Oh,
remember the
okay.
name of it, but they've had a couple albums. He did an album, Blue did an album with Evidence actually last year as well. He does a lot of work. Um, they were just in Canada on tour, I believe,
Hmm.
a couple months ago. And yeah, yeah, they're still moving and shaking. One of my friends actually did a song with Blue at some
Oh,
point in
cool.
time. I was so I was so hurt. One of my like friend, but music friend and distant. I hadn't talked to him in a while, and I'm like, "You got a song with Blue? Like, what is that?
Yeah.
What is
Oh,
happening?"
try to get him to get you on there.
That's what I'm saying. It's never too late. It's never too late.
No, not at all. Is your does Source come from like was that your rap name when you started rapping, or was that a nickname from before?
No, it's from rapping. My name was Mike Source as a rapper. The I was my name is Mike. I never say this, but I mean that's probably in the video. My name is Mike. My last name is Smith, and Source was my well, Mike Source was my rapping name.
Yeah.
I was in a barbershop one day in my man's barbershop, and they started the two barbers are having a conversation, and they ask, like, what do most people call you? And I was like, yo, that is a great question. So I posed the question on social media. Do you call me Mike, Smitty, or Source? And it turned into a thing amongst friends, and
Yeah.
they enjoyed it. It's one of the things that over the years that I remember posting, and they were like, yo, this brought back good memories. And I don't know, because it's like when people meet you at different stages or met me
Right.
at different stages, they call me whatever it was at that time. So newer people call me Source. People
Yeah.
that I grew up with call me Smitty. People that are like from work or maybe just school and not close call me Mike. So you never know. You never know.
Yeah. I'll never call you Mike. You're definitely not a Mike to me. That's Source.
Yeah, I like Source.
All right, man. Last one. What is the most recent song that you've fallen in love with?
I struggled with this one because I was trying to come up with something that when you said fall in love or fell in love with, I was like, that is a very, you know, I didn't want to sell it short. I didn't
Yeah.
want to sell it short. I'm going with, because you said recent, I'm going with POV by
And the
Clips.
new Clips record. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Yes.
is. It is. The whole project is great. It's lyrically great. The production by Pharrell is top notch. The guest appearances are great. The Malice coming back to the secular world, I guess one would call it,
Yeah.
um, to be beside his brother. He performs great on every song. Like to me, Pusha's already going to be here. Malice might have been here. Like it doesn't take anything away from Pusha's performance on anything, but Malice really he really did his thing on this album. So I'm going with
Yeah.
POV featuring Tyler the Creator.
Who also just dropped a new record that's really good.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, were they part of the same part of Virginia as you or different parts?
No, I'm Richmond, and
Hmm.
then I'm Mad Skills. I went to high school with D'Angelo. Um, I don't know if you're a racing guy. I think Denny Hamlin,
No.
race car driver.
Hmm. The
He
name
he
sounds familiar.
eventually he eventually went to the same school as I did in high school. But yeah, Harold Lilly, writer for songwriter for lots of people, including Luther Vandross, is from here. It's a few,
Yeah.
but the Clips, Pharrell, Timbaland, Missy,
Yeah.
uh, they're all from the beach area, 757.
Yeah, I love that song. It's a great choice. This was fantastic. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this with me. It's really cool. What do you have to promote right now?
Oh, I have myself. That's it. Source, of course. Follow me on Instagram at Source, of course. TikTok is more active. I throw things on Instagram. Sometimes they go crazy, sometimes they go nowhere. I don't know. But
Yeah.
TikTok is a more regular. Uh, I do a Beat Cypher Wednesday live, 7 p.m. every Wednesday. Producers come through and play beats. I do interviews. I had Rusty Jukes last week, and I think Tracy Lee a couple weeks ago. Lots of dope stuff going on. But check out the page, and everything is right there with that. So, but I appreciate you having me on, man. I love
Yeah.
talking music, and I know you love talking music. So I think this is great.
Yeah. No, it was awesome talking music with you. You've heard the stories, now hear the songs. Go to wherever you listen to music, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, and you can listen to today's guest's personalized playlist if you search for the guest list with Patrick Hicks.